What's poppin'? Welcome back to DBP Reloaded. You see what's on the screen here. EA Sports FC 26 on Nintendo Switch 2. I have every soccer game on the Switch as far as from EA, as far as FIFA and FC. Now, even though I buy them every year, I'm not great at them, but I enjoy playing soccer games. You know what I'm saying? I'm not cold like that, but I do think soccer is fire, and I do respect soccer. The athletes, those are some of the most, outside of boxing, you know what I'm saying? Those probably the two more conditioned athletes I've ever seen as far as boxers and soccer players. I used to play basketball with a few soccer players, and man, one thing they do got is stamina. They got stamina. They never get tired, man. You know what I'm saying? So, let's go ahead and get to it, man. This menu kind of puts you in the mind of NBA 2K26 menu, honestly. You know what I mean? Even though it's two separate companies, I understand that. But if you look, I mean, that looks like very similar how 2K26 background was when they show the game graphics and things like that. Good looking game, man, straight up. Now, you got your modes, you got your news right here. You got kickoff, which is, you know, it lets you know everything. Dive straight into the action, quick match, couch co-op, customized settings, boom. Ultimate team, that's the flagship mode here, the money making mode. I don't deal with ultimate team or nothing. No, I don't deal with none of this. But I know it's popular, you know what I mean? But that's not my cup of tea. But I understand and realize this is the flagship mode of these games. Now, I don't know the type of player base that FC have on the Switch. They could have a big one. I don't know, but I do understand that on PlayStation and Xbox, this is where it's at. And I don't think this has crossplay. I don't believe this has crossplay. So, you know, keep that in mind. You got manager, career. You know, it tells you everything right there. Are you ready to lead a club on and off the pitch? Adopt philosophy, design the tactics, connect with supporters. Okay, boom. Player career. Now that, you know what I mean? If you want to take your creative player, their journey to becoming the next GOAT starts here. Dazzle fans, build a reputation, create a legacy. Boom. You know what I mean? Pretty much like a my player. If you in the 2K, that's your my player right there. Clubs. Players, one player wins a team. Build your pro, create a club, play with friends. Bang, all right? Learn to play. They have a very good tutorial. Like FC is like one of the best games that break down the tutorials. I mean, they training center looks amazing. I mean, you take you through there. Everything, you know what I mean? Everything. I mean, it's very detailed. If you can spend a couple hours into this trying to, you know, tighten your skills up. You know what I mean? So they do a great job. One of the best games I've seen when it comes to teach you how to play the game before you hop in it. Seasons lets you know, play through 10-game seasons to find your level. Boom. Co-op, a solo climb the divisions, win a title. Okay. Tournaments. Okay. You see it breaks everything down. You know what I mean? Co-op seasons. You see what it says, breaks everything down. Online friendlies, local seasons. This game is definitely in the 9s and modes. No question. This is in the 9s and modes. I can't go below a 9. You know what I'm saying? You got everything you need up in this. You know what I mean? So, and this is on parity with the series and the PS5. So I know the knock on this is going 30 frames and all that stuff. Man, you got this. This is a AAA title on a handheld. A AAA title on a handheld. You get every feature that's on the next gen on the PS5 and the series in your hands. Okay, I can't complain about that. So let's go ahead and go to kickoff. Like I said, I'm not the greatest, but I'm gonna let you know how I feel and tell you the truth in my hands how I feel. So we're gonna do classic match, standard rules. It tells you can play you know, with the Joy-Cons. Big salute to whoever's able to even function like that. I can't even do it, you know what I mean? So let's go and get to it. Ready? We might do one. I don't know. We may do one half. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Let's randomize this. Boom. Okay. Gonna do that. I meant to go over to the left, but it is, or to the right. It is what it is, though. My bad. Let me go and mute this, y'all. That's my bad. Here we go.
Well, the weather forecasters promised us an agreeable day for football, and that's exactly what we've got.
So the presentation, you know, it's all right. The presentation isn't crazy and nothing like that. You know, it looks all right.
And if this game lives up to its billing, we're in for a riveting
Come on.
occasion.
Come on, roll with me. Roll with me. Now, mind you, I'm playing this. I got this today. It's on sale. You know what I mean? So, this is my first time playing this. You know what I mean? I don't have this on the series or anything. You know what I mean? But, I'm like, well, I'm going to get it on the system. I'm going to play it on, let's go. There we go. Talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him immediately. All right. All right. But look here. Okay, so let's check out the replay. The graphics to me, this looks good for the handheld. Mind you, we talking high H and graphics. I mean, this looks good. This is on the Switch too here. You got cloth physics in the whole nine. Now, this the thing. The game probably could have went to 60 if they turned off cloth physics. It probably could have. You know what I'm saying? I've learned some things about the cloth physics, and cloth physics do slow the game down. You know what I mean? On weaker hardware. Come on. Oh, nope. Yeah, cloth physics do affect the gameplay, but the game running smooth to me. It's responsive. It's smooth. I have no problem with this, y'all. Now I know there's this, the lack of 60 is a deal breaker to some, but I'm feeling this. I like how the game feels responsive. It's not dipping or anything like that. The graphics look good. The presentation, I love the menu, but the presentation isn't knocking your socks off or nothing, but it still looks good. I say this presentation probably, you know what I mean? I would give it an 8. If you want to say high 7, I'm not going to argue with you there. Come on. I'm not going to argue with you with a high 7 and nothing like that. You know what I mean? But I give it an 8 because it do look good, but it's not like no crazy looking presentation. But I'm loving the camera cuts. I give it an 8. I give it an 8. But these graphics definitely look good, man. I have no problem with these graphics. I know it's not going to be as polished as the series in the PS5. I understand that, but I have no issue with this. I have no issue with these graphics. This is some good looking stuff, man, to be honest with you. This is some good looking stuff. Come on, I tried to headbutt it in there. Yeah, I have no problem with this, y'all. This looks good, man. Now, mind you, I don't know how this game felt initially. Games be having patches, day one patches and things like that. I obviously didn't get this day one, but so maybe for the state what the state is of this game now, it feels good, man. If I have no problem with this, zero, like you know what I mean. The modes, you got everything you need here. The graphics not bad. I mean, like I have no problem with this game, man. Like honestly, but you're gonna have people that's not gonna like it and play, and that's your right, I guess. But I can't say this is whack. This isn't whack, man. This isn't whack at all. This is actually feels pretty good on the sticks, man. I have no problems with this, man. Like no game is perfect, but for this to be handheld, and you got the next gen version, I mean, I have. Hey, I can't complain about this, y'all. I really can't. Come on, talk to him. Okay. Yeah, I can't complain about this. Come on. Oh, I messed up. I didn't mean to do that. He not gonna get it. I messed up.
And a throw in it's going to be.
Yeah, this game is fire, y'all. I will say this, man. The modes, we talking nice. I mean, you got everything you need in this game. Graphics, high 8s on the Switch too. You know what I'm saying? The gameplay, I would say the gameplay,
Committed challenge.
it feels good in my hands. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say mid to high 8s here. I'm gonna say mid to high 8s with the gameplay. You know what I mean? I know people want the 60. You know what I'm saying? I understand that and realize that. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say mid to high 8s. I can't go no lower than the mid 8s. This thing is responsive. High 8s, I feel like this is great. I mean, I say I know the game feels different. I can feel the difference between 60 and 30, 100%. You know what I'm saying? But so I understand that this will be moving faster, on the next gen console. You know what I mean? But either way it goes, this is still a top notch sports game. This is upper echelon sports title on the Switch too. All right, or on the Switch period. Now I don't know how this runs on the original Switch. I know FC 25 was on parity with what was on the next gen. I do know that, and I did not have FC 25 on series in the PS5. I have it on the Switch. Okay, so I can't speak on that, but I do know the modes and features and everything was on parity with that particular game with next gen. You know what I'm saying? So But this here on the Switch, this is top notch. You got some dope sports titles for the Switch. Come on, get that, get that, get that. Talk to him. Talk to him. You have some base MLB The Show is great on the Switch. Okay, Switch 2. This, when I'm feeling it in my hands, is great on the Switch 2. You got Madden. Not perfect, but fire. This is fire, all right? On the Switch 2, NBA 2K26. So if you are a sports gamer, you have they made sure they ported over those games. They did a good job. 2K26 is a good job. This is a good job. Madden is a good job. Okay, so don't let anybody tell you, you know, something is wrong with you for liking those versions more. There's nothing wrong with that. This is fire. Oh, we talking to him. Uh-oh, we talking to him. Oh, oh, what I do? I was trying to. Hey, I was about to pass it. I was trying to pass it and then had my man score it. I tried to get him to score. That was my fault. Yeah. But no, this game is dope, man. I have no issues with this. I say this game is definitely, I say mid to high 8. This is a mid to high 8 to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, but everybody gonna have their own opinion. You know what I mean? Especially the ones who's hardcore soccer guys. They gonna be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? You don't know nothing. Fine, that's cool. You can go ahead and say that. But the thing is, I know what I feel in my hands, and the game feels good in my hands. You know what I'm saying? The game feels good in my hands. So, you know, I'm not here to play semantics with people. The game feels good in my hands, okay? You know what I mean? No, it doesn't run 60. It doesn't, you know what I mean? But it feels good, though. If you like this version, you should not be ashamed to like this version. If this is the one you want, get it. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody tell you whack or you know what I mean? None of that, because that's what they do. You know what I mean? They'll sit there and talk crazy to you because you don't play the Series X version or the PS5 version. This is the one you want. Get this version. Stuff you seeing is right here. No edit, straight up raw footage. This is fire. This is fire. This is fire. I like this. So I say this game is a mid 8 out of a 10. If you want to go high 8, I'm not mad there. I say mid 8, mid to high 8. You know what I'm saying? The weakest part about this game to me is probably, I guess you want to say, the presentation. It's nothing crazy, you know what I'm saying? But it's still good though, and that's still like an 8. You know what I mean? Like the presentation. So nothing in this game is below an 8. You know what I mean? Nothing in this game below an 8. You know what I mean? For the Switch 2. Come on, talk to him. That's that. Nothing is below an 8. This is top-notch sports title for the Switch, y'all.
Well, they couldn't keep hold of it.
I messed up.
Trying to hit it with plenty of power from miles out.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be trying that again in the near future.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I can't genuinely get on the internet and say this look trash. This don't look trash, man. Like, it may not be, you know what I mean? It's not gonna look like the Series X and the PS5, but it's close. You know what I'm saying? It's close. And I know what the games look like. It's close. You know what I mean? It's comparable. You know what I mean? And that's all you can ask in a tablet. Mind you, the Switch 2 is a tablet, son. Like, that's what it is. It's a tablet with Joy-Cons on them. You know what I mean? You're not gonna have the horsepower and all that and the power that it has in the series of PS5 or the PC. So for it to even look like this, you know what I mean? I can't, come on, man. Like, but hey, you paying for the convenience, you know what I mean, to be able to take this where you want to go easily as far as like traveling. You know, some people don't mind taking a system in the carry-on bag and doing all that stuff, hooking it up to the TV. But the fact that all you gotta do is put this in your carrying case, probably put your Switch in a little shoulder strap bag or whatever the case is. You can get on the plane and boot this bad boy up, and you straight. You can put in the sleep mode, continue where you left off, all that good stuff. It's so many advantages to having this version over the others. You know what I mean? It's so many advantages. All right, so we gonna end it here, man. You know what I mean? We did one half. This is a good game. I have no problems with this. Though it's not perfect. It's not perfect at all. This is a good game, though. Okay, so I think, it's up there as far as like, let me go ahead and mute this. I don't want that music playing. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right, my bad. Now, this isn't going to be gameplay-wise. It's never going to be as fluid as what's on the Xbox Series X and the PS5. And I just stress that because people get this thinking that's going to be the case. No, it's not. You know what I mean? But everything else is here. You know what I mean? Everything else is here. I can't complain about this game. This game is fire, man. All right? So I'm going to say mid to high 8s for this. If this is what you want, get that. Get that. Don't let nobody get on the internet and tell you that something wrong with you for liking this version over. Man, please. The convenience, you can't beat the convenience. You can't beat putting in the sleep mode, putting in your bag, continue where you left off when you get to your location, or being on the plane with it, or being in a little office waiting, and then, you know, at an appointment waiting for your appointment to hit, and then you just pick this up and play it. Ain't nothing. There's too many advantages that Switch 2 games have over the mainline, the bigger consoles when it comes to convenience. You know what I mean? So I'm never gonna tell somebody like, oh, don't get this version. No, why not? If this the one you won't get it. There's obvious advantages of having this. Now the disadvantage is the graphics. You know what I'm saying? And then the frames. You know what I mean? Things like that. You might be the visual fidelity and all that. Those gonna be some disadvantages. But I mean, at the end of the day, a good game is a good game. Point blank. Period. It is what it is, man. So it is what it is. I think this game is a mid to high 8. You've seen it for yourself. All right. I don't think it's trash, man, at all. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. All right. So make sure you like, subscribe, share the content. Greatly appreciate it from everybody. Peace.